Hello, I'm Steven at the Cabana in Cedar Hill, Texas. In Cedar Hill, Texas. Hello, I'm Steven at the Cabana in Cedar Hill.
And I'm David. I'm a Texan and I love cigars. This is the Roadshow. Hey guys, welcome back. New year, new show, new month, everything 2026.
We're trying something new.
Yeah, we are. We got to try something new. You guys, if you noticed a little bit, things got a little out of whack in the last part of December. You know how algorithms and things like that go. So
I've never figured out how.
yeah,
the
right.
work.
So the show might have hit a glitch or something like that, but we're trying to refigure things. We're still here at the same place that you always see us in Cedar Hill. Always got to thank Stephen, Rhonda, who's not here right now, but she is in spirit. But we're doing the same thing, just maybe with a little bit of different twist. What are we going to toast with? That's not changing. That's not changing at all. We've got the Abbina Tower 44, because Abbina is the official Texas Toast sponsor.
Like the premium cigars they were made to pair with, Abbina craft sipping sodas have a complex and delicious taste that evolves over time. They were specifically designed to complement the unique flavor profile of your favorite premium tobaccos without overpowering them.
All right, guys, I hope you got something in your glass.
Yeah.
Which like I said, we've got the Tower 44. He just got these back in stock. These are non-alcoholic drinks, but perfectly paired to go with your favorite stogie,
Yep.
cigar, leafy goods.
Right. Whatever you put in your bowl
but
to
he-
smoke.
Yeah, or it's good with foods because he has food pairings for this.
Oh yeah.
He has food pairings. He has dessert pairings for some of them. So
Quit laughing, Offset.
it's really good. I have no idea what did I say?
No, I said it. Whatever you put in your bowl to smoke.
Yeah, right. That's a pipe joke.
No.
That's a
Pipe reference.
Pipe reference, guys.
This is for the bloopers.
Yeah, right. That's a pipe reference. But so let's go ahead and get that Texas toast out of the way. Again, New Year 2026. We appreciate you guys watching, commenting on the shows. But we want to toast you to good friends, good conversation, what we call Texas toast. Cheers, y'all. Cheers, cheers.
Ooh, that is so good.
It's like an orangey
Yeah.
cream soda, like a creamsicle.
Yeah.
Orange creamsicle.
But it's not.
Ooh.
It's not that overly sweet.
No.
That your orange
The heavy
sodas.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I'm going to use my Cigar Bro, which he mentioned, talking about Cigar Bro. This is the multi-lighter, the one that we had on the show. And he told me that they are coming out with one with a straight cutter. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
I want that one. That one that you're using.
You want this one, right?
It's such a fine.
Terry Lynn wants it
I
too.
want that
Yes.
so bad.
Can y'all arm wrestle?
I was hoping to have been able to acquire one at Latitude on the Christmas party.
Yeah, I had two of them, and Glenn got one. Anyways, we're talking about our LSCA Christmas party that we had. That was fun. We did, it was just fun. Terry Lynn was there. She's here sitting offside. Freddie was there. He's not here yet. Dennis and Dave was there and his gang. We did the Christmas party where we had Rustin Cattle Company come cater it, provide the food. Chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans from Rustin Cattle Company. If you guys are in the area and you've never been there, you need to go. Wagyu beef is one of the big things that they really are known for. Great bar back too.
Right. But when you realize that the veggies are so great, I mean, they just offset everything.
Yeah.
Good meat?
Yeah.
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 But when you're
And the
sitting there contemplating stealing a whole tray of green beans to
Yeah.
take home.
And the chicken was good. Whatever they marinate or put on that chicken, it was delicious. And then they pre-slice it all, so you don't even have to worry about cutting it up.
It's not often that I have a difficult time coming up with what the flavors are in it, and I could not figure out what they had seasoned that chicken with. And the green beans,
Yeah. Or the garlic black pepper ratio on those, fantastic.
Yeah, they
it
go up.
also had a kind of a smoky flavor to it, like they had it on the pit itself.
Yeah.
The smoke to it embedded it.
I'm wondering if they're doing something like smoking some of their seasonings, like a smoked salt, a smoked pepper. You know, they got that smoker running all the time.
Yeah.
Nothing easier than just dropping it in there and increasing that flavor so
Yeah.
They're
much.
never gonna tell.
No,
Yeah. No, and they should.
that's the best kept
That's
secret.
their
yeah.
secret.
But that was our LSCA party. We had it over at Latitude, and oh gosh, we probably had 30-something people there, I think. And then we did the raffles like we normally do that raise funds for Cigars for Warriors, and we did good with that. And then we did our Sneaky Santa.
And my wife got stolen from like six
Probably six times at least. Yeah.
At least she counted 13.
But it was, it's fun. It's not, there are no bad gifts in there, or they shouldn't be. You have to put a certain number of cigars in there and whatever else, candy, whatever other goodies you want to put in there that you think people are going to fight over. And that's what's fun, is when it gets stolen and restolen, and then it gets locked, and everybody's good, cool. I got the gift I want. There were several people. Glenn, one of them, is like telling his wife, okay, you go steal that one because you know it's going to get stolen again. And then when that gets stolen, you go get this one, and then that'll lock it in place. If they were strategizing the whole thing.
There were strategies going on all over the place. Then Rhonda would walk by and she's like, okay, so that one was stolen. We thought of, should I go for next? And
Yeah.
he ended up with the best bottle that was there that had the absolute designated to it.
That's horrible name.
Oh, no, it's...
I can't remember, what did she get?
Chicken cock.
Oh, chicken cock. That's right.
And
But-
then we also got the pig one. What am I thinking?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, the whistle pig.
whistle pig.
That with the spout that pours out the pig's rear end. I'm like, well, that's so graphic.
Could have came out his snout at least.
Oh, right.
That
But
was
The funniest part of it was the fireball bucket.
the fire bucket.
Yeah. Well,
some things may not get stolen.
yeah. Charles likes Fireball. My son likes Fireball. A couple of other guys like Fireball there. So,
I could do it, so.
it's a fun drink, I think, sometimes, but not every time, and not a whole lot of it. I'm looking up because we're smoking the Crown Heads Thunderkiss. I don't know if you guys have had that, but that's what we're smoking right now. This is a very economical, pocket-friendly stick. Got a cool looking sticker on there, eyeball. Thunderkiss. I don't know what that exactly means.
Right.
It's called Thunderkiss. It uses an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper,
Okay.
Nicaraguan binder, and Nicaraguan fillers.
The cold draw on it had some really interesting notes. I got a real nice sweet honey note and a smell of almost graham cracker. But then when I light it, I'm going, I'm not getting any of that. I'm not getting anything on the retro ale. Just real nice, clean flavor.
And this is made at the Pichardo factory.
Yeah, I remember that was made at the Pichardo. I got the same notes as you on the cold draw. Kind of a little bit of the Dana graham cracker honey type note, and I'm still picking up the graham cracker on the draw with a little bit of earthiness, like a earthy dusty on it. The retro on it is
They're mine.
it's beautiful. Get a little bit of white pepper on the retro, which is nice. So it adds just a little bit of a subtle kick to it.
Well, normally right now we do news. I have no news.
That's good news.
That is good news because most of the news that I found out there was governmental stuff. It was boring. It wasn't anything, I know 2026 is going to be year of the horse, right? So I know those cigars are going to be coming out, but I didn't find anything. I try to pull news that, is going to be interesting and what's new coming out and so forth. And so much of it that I saw out there was just tax, governmental stuff. And it wasn't, to me, it wasn't interesting enough.
No.
So you guys can go out there and find, there's so many of those sites out there that have news. So we were just going to sit here and talk for a little bit and see what we got, what happened in 2025 that was most memorable, maybe.
Tariffs. Not to bring up governmental news, but tariffs. It's like, oh, are they there? Are they not? Yeah, they are. Okay.
There are always those things that it seems like the government tries to stick their fingers in things and it scares the tobacco industry in some way.
There's benefit to tariffs, but there's also
Oh, sure.
The downsides to
there's
everything.
also the downsides to it.
Yeah.
You gotta have the good with the bad.
Yeah.
One of the most really memorable things that happened in 2025, and it's the most recent thing, was that DCA shut down. Boutique Cigar Association.
Oh, yeah. Boutique Cigars Association. Well, they didn't shut down. Okay. Because I know Gabby.
Yeah.
And he's the one that started that. They basically just, how did he put it?
They're pulling back from what they did.
They pulled back in such a way that they didn't dissolve,
Okay.
and go away,
Wait, no.
but they're just not doing as forward as much as what they were doing before. I forget how he worded it. You guys can go out there and check that stuff out on the news.
Hopefully what they're still doing, which is when they kind of somewhat pulled it inside of PCA, is that they're still working with PCA, but more so from behind the scenes, whereas beforehand they were really in front of everything as well.
Yeah. There was a lot of things going on last year. You guys can let us know what was the most memorable thing in our world, this world.
What about Crown Heads and their kind of rebranding and bringing?
Yeah, that was definitely good.
That 2025.
There were a lot of new releases.
Yeah.
And some throwbacks.
Yeah.
We had a lot of people in the companies go and historically look at what they'd done and go, well, let's bring it back. I noticed that a lot more.
We saw that from Monte Cristo. We saw that from Macanudo. We saw a couple of the resurgence releases from Macanudo.
That's got I've smoked a couple of these before, and it's got a very interesting, I know what you were saying off camera, that was just your cold draw, right?
Yeah.
What are you getting off this now?
I'm not getting any one overwhelming flavor.
Yeah.
Nothing just jumps out at me.
I smoked something the other day, and I'm not going to say what it is, because everybody's got their opinions and stuff. And that's fine. And it's a very, very, very well-known cigar. Okay, very, very well-known. It's tasted like I was sucking on a tree. It's just...
Kind of like a mouthful of grape nuts?
Well, kind of, but it tasted like wood, just like I lit a tree, and I was... And
Interesting.
yeah,
It's interesting.
it was...
David, we talked about you smoking the mesquite.
Yes. Right, yeah.
It-
Yeah, I whittled that thing down and lit her up, but it was, I hate that. Hey, look, I wanted to start out. I hate it when you get cigar. I'm talking. This is a $high stick, and other people that might be a great for their palate. Okay, fine. The other thing is, 2026 started off, and I pulled out a very, very well-known expensive stick, thinking I'm gonna kick off the year. right?
Right.
Kick it off right. I did that last time, all right? I cut it, can't draw.
Oh,
I
Oh.
cut it a little bit more, I can't draw. So I try to light it, boom, boom. I get that far into it, toss it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna mess with it. I used my tool on here to drill through there and try to open it up. I could hear it pop in the center, and like something moved out of the way. The wrapper didn't pop, but I could hear it kind of move, and then nothing. You were talking about $30 stick. I just tossed it because it's not worth it.
no, it's not fun to sit there and have to suck and draw on something, and
It's
frustrating.
yeah, that's the worst.
So when you pay that much for a cigar,
You expect more.
it should be flawless.
How did it get past a draw test tool? Never should have.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we're gonna sip on our Abbina. We're gonna smoke on this Thunderkiss.
Definitely a good compliment. The citrus in this
It does go.
with this cigar is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the citrus, orangey, cream notes, and this cigar.
I
perfect,
forgot, because it's been a while since I've had this because he ran out of it.
Well,
And
it just shows how Ecuadorian tobacco, whether it's a Habano, Sumatra, or a Bromley on it, Ecuadorian tobacco goes really good with tropical citrusy type drinks.
Right. Well, that's what I want to ask the viewers. What non-alcoholic beverage do you enjoy with a cigar?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's a Fanta, maybe it's a Jones soda or something. What's out there that sets it off? Because I know somebody who has a preference for a non-alcoholic beverage with all their cigars. Yeah, so
Yes.
yes, I'm like, that's absolutely a wonderful thing to pair up.
yeah, and I want to know, starting off 2026, what cigar did you guys kick off the year with? Was it something special, or it didn't matter to you? You were just smoking another cigar. I'd still like to know, what'd you kick off the year with? I tried to kick it off with something. I'm not going to tell you what it is. If you DM me, I might tell you. This cigar, I would be happy to kick off the year with. I can't remember if I smoked. I had to go back and look at my notes.
Yeah.
Which you guys know, if you don't know, I take a log of every cigar I smoke every single day. I don't really make notes about them, about what I'm tasting, but I just log every cigar. So I kept track of every cigar that I smoked last year. So I have the number. If you guys whoever guesses closest to that number, I've got a TCR goodie pack for you.
Awesome.
Okay. We're, stickers, some other things I'll throw in there. But I've definitely got some. So just guess to the closest number of cigars that I smoked in 2025 and put that in the comments below. But other than that, we're going to sit here and smoke and drink this, and you guys stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey, Steven, did you know something?
I know a lot of things.
Yeah, but did you know that whiskey spelled without the E is from Scotland, and whiskey spelled with the E is from Ireland?
I did know that.
Okay.
And in America, we drink them both.
Yes, we do.
But if it's made in America and it's without the E, they're paying homage to their Scottish roots.
Yeah, now you know.
2 families, 1 cigar. Join the Ambassador Program today to make it a perfect blend.
All right, 2026, first pairing of the new year. You ready for it?
I'm ready for it. Are you?
I think I am. And what did I say about, Bourbon Outfitters? They always set something up for me.
And they, so far, every pairing that they put together, we've absolutely enjoyed.
Yeah.
They pit it. So
Yeah, so they paired it up with the new Alec Bradley Do Not Disturb, okay? Which, what they want to say about this cigar is It's the latest release that Bourbon Outfitters is doing with them and Penelope, okay? With their Uncut series. And the Penelope went on sale last year, okay?
Right.
And only 66 packages were made.
Only 66
So-
packages of this pairing were
With-
made.
Yes, so I got one.
And you got one.
And I got one of them. And so what Alec Rubin was saying, the family has always been so important to us, and he's the manager of the strategic stuff, but his father named him and his brother with so Alec Bradley is Alec and Bradley.
Right.
And but they're partnering with a respected bourbon company that was named after the co-founder's daughter, Penelope.
Right.
So they thought that was a cool little thing to get together. They're named after, the cigar is named after them. This is named after his daughter. So they like that connection. So that's why Alec Bradley's doing these pairings with Bourbon Outfitters. And so, but he said, beyond our similar brand stories, we love the cigar and the bourbon pairing. Penelope's estate collection single barrel perfectly complements our medium body. They're calling this a medium body, and do not disturb, and vice versa. Okay, so this is, they say it's an invitation for cigar lovers to step away and enjoy a moment that's just for them. It's a medium body cigar defined by smooth and satisfying notes. They're going to say earth, spice, hay, and tea. I pretty much agree with that. I've had this before.
I have not, so we'll see if it holds up.
The only thing I would medium bodied, I would say it would be almost light to medium.
Okay.
To me. And because it is a Connecticut, it is a Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper. But
So Connecticut meaning the broadly.
right.
So it's the Ecuadorian Connecticut broadly. Also Connecticut meaning the shade.
Yeah. And then Dominican Criollo binder.
Oh,
Okay.
Dominican Criollo and a Piloto.
And a piloto and Mexican Ligero fillers. So there's where your medium body, and so I don't know if it's just me or something that I like Ligero, I like Mexican, I like all these. So I guess it's a medium, a solid. I guess you could say a solid medium. Yeah.
Okay.
But to me, it was on the lighter side of that medium. It is what I guess more of what I would say. So
I'm definitely picking up that tea in the cold draw.
So this, what they sent was a 5x50 Robusto, and this is a 10-year bourbon, and it's 60% corn, 36% rye, and 4% malted barley.
So this is a high rye. This is a high rye, and it's coming in at 132.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is going.
And I've never had this. I've had some Penelopes, and I've had some estate collections, but never this one. So, and I think this one was done especially for them, or not. This can't be.
They've done the estate collection before,
Yeah.
so
I think it was just they just put 66 of these pairings together. That's all.
now following the new format, did you know? So Penelope's always sourced their juice, and they in 2023. I want to say they were acquired by MGP,
Okay.
the brand behind MGP, and so they're a part of that family. So their juice has always been sourced from there. But what was interesting is that they would get the juice, put it in their different barrels that they age them in, and they age them in shipping containers.
They're dealing
With the barrels inside of shipping containers and age them there, up in the Boston area.
Just a little comment.
Yep.
Interesting.
They have multiples of them.
Well, now you know. I'm gonna light mine up, and yeah, this lighter, it seems to, it's like if it's cold with those 3 jets, it takes a little bit to fire up. So it's got to get warmed up. Keep it in your pocket, and it's fine. So, you guys you got yours glued up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely get the hay on the cold draw. Ooh, what was that? I don't know.
Right off the bat, first draw. Ooh, what was that?
You know, I've had this cigar before, but you know, like I said, when you're smoking it in a lounge or something around friends and you're shooting darts or whatever, and you know, doing that, you're not really paying attention. You go, okay, yeah, it's a good cigar. But then when you really sit down and you're really trying to pay attention and there's nothing else going on but this, then all of a sudden, that's when that happens. Ooh, what was that?
Okay, so the Mexican is coming through because there's a bit of cocoa on the retro hill, and that Ligero is going to help amplify.
It's a very light cocoa to me.
It's very light.
Of course, we're just getting into it. You guys are into it a little bit more.
But remember, just because it says it's Ligero does not mean spice. It has to do with the leaf.
Yeah, the strength.
It has, yeah. So it's going to be, the Ligero is going to amplify whatever notes that particular type of seed and terroir is going to give you.
But like this, it said, it's lighter on the palate than you would think with the Ligero on a cream.
Right, right. Yeah, it's
I'm expecting something full on medium, and I'm not getting that. I'm getting a surprising light note.
The weight.
I read it very light.
Yeah, it's very light because the weight, the viscosity of the smoke itself is very light on the palate.
Yeah.
It's very easy. The retro, you can do a full retro beautifully. That's where I pick up a little bit of that cocoa on it. The body of smoke is nice.
It's not super heavy smoke, but Steven wants us to crack this bottle.
Yeah, is that where come on?
Here we go.
Steven's like, you guys are going to be
Here we go.
quicker, so here.
Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. There it is.
Another angel got his wings. Yep.
Give me Steven's. I'll pour his first.
Fill him up.
Oh, no. No.
No.
No, we can always refill if we have to, but right?
Oh, that nose.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, I've never tasted this one. I've definitely had Penelope, like I said, the steak collection.
That rye is coming through, so you get the caramel, really strong caramel on the nose of it, but the rye, that cooking spice, a little bit of cinnamon there on the nose.
Yeah, the nose on this is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
That smells like it really would be a good pairing for this cigar with what we're getting this far into it. Oh yeah, Dennis says, oh yeah.
And Dennis says, give me another pour, please.
Yeah, that is.
Homage for the pour.
That is just on that first taste and draw. That is a great compliment to each other.
All right.
This cigar, I'm telling you, I've had this in the lounge before. I do not remember it being this good. You know?
Those legs are.
Yeah, those legs are forever.
They're forever.
Look at that. That ring is just hanging up there.
Yeah, they're heavy, but they're also thin.
But there's no ethanol on the nose. This is almost 133.
Right. And you're not getting it, but you're getting a lot of bouquet of flavors when you use that. Like you said, I got the caramel that you were talking about, Dave, and a few other notes. And I'm like, wow.
Oh, that's interesting.
The
It's almost got a floral note.
the honeysuckle
But it
through the
reminds me
midway.
very much like being that we're at the beginning of the year now. We just all had all that wonderful holiday cooking going on. For me, the nose is very reminiscent of going into a kitchen that has just done a whole lot of baking. That the soft spices, the sugar notes, there is that warmth under it that's almost yeasty but not.
A little bit of a brown sugar type, a little bit of brown sugar mixed with some cinnamon in there.
I'm getting, for my palate, I'm getting like a warm, nutty taste.
Okay.
Right. Like you said, when you walk into a kitchen and somebody's been baking like a pecan pie or something.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that. That brown sugar and cinnamon that you would have on that pecan.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go cigar to drink.
Cigar to drink. Yeah. Okay. I did go cigar to drink. I'm gonna do it again, but
Well, I paused so I could
This-
get the.
I don't remember. The ones that I smoked were the Toro sizes, and this is a Robusto. So it's kind of like some of those other cigars that we've smoked before, and we get into it. And it's like, you know what? I prefer the Robusto because it cuts to the chase, and it's like the Toro. You got to work your way into. So
Cigar to drink brings out something out of that Penelope that wasn't there a second.
That was pure pepper,
Right.
pepper that meatiness of the rye.
Yeah.
Taking the, I don't know if you saw. I was just at because oh wait a minute here.
Yeah, that was unexpected. The cigar brings out the rye.
Yeah. Makes it richer.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is the taste that I had on mine right here was more. I don't know if it was more of a buttery rye, if you will. I love rye toast, but I put a ton of butter on one, and so that butter, I love the butter richness, the rich, creamy taste
Yeah,
of butter.
You get that, and then when it exits your palate and comes down your throat at that very last bit of it, that's where just that. When you're eating rye, so you're eating that rye toast, and you get that rye spice, that hit at the very, you get that at the very, very end, which is nice. Which, I mean, goes to show we got a 36%. Anything above 30%, we consider it a high rye in a bourbon.
Okay, all right, yeah, and yeah, this one surprised me. Because I had smoked it before in a Toro size, and I was thinking, okay, I know what the cigar is, but in this size, it's totally changed. I'm like, I don't know if I'm just getting more flavors or if it's because we're sitting here paying attention to it, but this is a whole lot more enjoyable than what I remember.
Well, going from cigar to drink, I enjoyed that so much, I have to smoke the drink next.
Yeah.
I'm going out of order. Sorry, Dave.
You do your thing, Dave.
I was very fortunate one time to go to a cooking event, and they brought heritage grains. One of them was a rye that they made cookies with. That's it. It's a beautiful sweetness and about flavor, full flavor.
It's kind of almost like the rye, the spiciness of the spices. I like gingerbread.
Yeah.
That it's a little bit spicy tasting because it's, the ginger snaps. I love ginger snaps. Now, if you can throw some icing on there too, but I like them just like straight ginger snaps. So I like ginger in the drinks, ginger beer, mixing a ginger beer. What does Rhonda do? Ginger beer and
well, she'll do ginger anything and whatever. But ginger beer and the Black Seal rum.
Yeah, the rum,
Storm.
ginger beer rum. Yeah,
Dark Storm. Oh man,
I love that. So Dave's playing with his glass here.
I'm just letting y'all.
I need to go.
I'm just letting y'all talk it all up while I'm enjoying this.
Well, and the smoke output on this is fabulous.
That holds its ash very nicely. Well made. Mine is holding ash.
Yeah, the red. Oh, see, I love it when we do that because that was more. Almost, I want to say, it was almost more of a cinnamony on the drink to cigar this time. It was right up in front in the palate of my roof of my mouth.
That was the first one I got.
Cinnamony.
The only thing I
Yeah. So Dennis is saying he got that too. But yeah, you look at that. That's almost a pretty good razor burn right there. And Dave's got a razor burn, and they've got a good burn on there. She's got great ash. Don't you love to hear that?
You're doing all the talking.
I know I'm doing all the talking. You're still slacking. Steven's got his cigar go. So we're all smoking Do Not Disturb right now, which, like I said, if you guys were ever here in the studio at TC here, then you get to partake. If I know you're coming, you get to partake in what we're pairing. And, it's, of course, you can't even, you can't walk into a cigar shop unless you're 21.
No, you can't come in if you're not 21, and if you're not 21 and you have to sneak your way in, you're not getting any.
You're not getting a thing, and you're definitely not getting any of this, and you won't even come close to this. So, kids are not buying these.
We will card you.
Yeah. And fast. But this is
Let's go drink the cigar. I've done this a couple of times already.
so I've already gone drink the cigar. That's what I was saying. I want to go again because that was totally different.
No, I've done it twice, but now let's actually discuss what's going on here, because both directions are great. So far, my favorite has been the smoke of it. The smoke, blowing the smoke into the glass is just.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Go and drink the cigar. The drink, I get no cinnamon off of it. But once I taste the cigar, then it pops it up. Yeah. So I'm just going to test that right there. And it's pretty solid. But I'm going to break it off. Boom. Broke off. Perfect cone.
Look at the cone.
Yeah, perfect cone.
Ash as well.
But I had to break it off. I just don't want it to ash in my lap.
I mean, this is a nice solid. I've got a little bit of a breaking on there.
But this is another one of those Connecticut's that people think, oh, I'm gonna buy me a Connecticut. This has got Mexican Ligero in it, so it's gonna have a little punch to it.
Yeah, this is a Connecticut plus
Right.
in our realm. Where it's like it's not going to be your same mild Macanudo.
Yeah, Romeo and all those guys.
This is going to have something in it that will absolutely surprise you, and you will be delighted by it.
Well,
And the smoke is light and it is that light end of medium. So even if you're not as experienced a smoker, I don't think this is going to be an off-putting smoke at all.
it's not, because while the strength is there because of the blend itself. I mean, when we're talking about the Mexican Ligero, because we didn't specify Mexican, the Mexican, we know it's San Andres because all Mexican tobacco comes from San Andres. It's not the Habano, it's not the broadleaf, it's not the Sumatra. So that means it's a Criollo. Criollo has peppery spices in it.
Well, and then we've got a Dominican Criollo binder.
The Dominican Criollo binder. You've got the Piloto, which is a hybrid off of the Criollo on it. So yes, it's got some spice in it. We've got
But it's like it's on
It's
the
a subtle-
lighter side of the spice.
I think that's because the way that because we got more Ligero in there, that's going to take the place, especially for the Vitolas, because the Ligero is.
I wonder how much Ligero is in here.
I don't know, but
I'd like to know. Is it one leaf?
I would imagine it's one leaf, because if you put too much in there, you're not going to get a good burn. And we've got a really good burn. We've got a nice combustion rate on it, but that's going to lower the amount of the body of the smoke, which we're experiencing. So that creates a lighter smoke.
Is it the moisture content in the Ligero? Why does the Ligero not work?
It's thicker. It's a thicker leaf.
It's a thicker leaf.
And it has more nutrients in it than anything because it's gotten constant sunlight.
And that's why it's a thicker leaf, because it's had to absorb that sunlight. Sunlight. It's got to.
As they pull from the bottom to the top, it's sitting up there, getting all the nutrients and all the sun, and just becoming beautiful.
And it's because it's so thick, that's why it's hard to stay lit. So a lot of times, hey, this is another little thing. If it's hard to keep a cigar lit, it could be because it's the Ligero in it, if it has Ligero, or it's over humidified.
I need a little bit more here.
And over humidified is probably more than
over humidified is
more likely.
And you can tell if it's really mushy in here. If it's more like a rare steak kind, then it's going. And we've got some nice firmness on it. So the humidification on here is blank.
Yeah.
The burn, the combustion. So that's telling me that we probably got one Ligero, maybe I would say probably 2 or 3 Secos in here. But I wouldn't say that we have any Velados in here.
But if you know you have a cigar that has a lot of Ligero in it and it's hard to keep lit, that's the reason why.
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with the cigar. It's just because of the Ligero leaf.
Typically, we'll find Ligeros we'll find them in the fillers, but typically we'll also find the Ligero maybe on the binder. We'll never see a Ligero as a wrapper just because it's
There are some cigars out there that are complete Ligeros.
complete Ligeros.
Yes.
So they did some really good growing with to have a fine enough Ligero.
I
for
think
the wrap.
Ishmael does one that's complete Ligero.
But you got to be careful. You can't go up to a big Batola.
Yeah.
Full of Ligero leaf.
Right. It's not.
It's not big enough.
Yeah, you could stay into a smaller Batola.
But if you're an
Yeah, because the leaves are smaller.
Yeah.
if you're an aggressive smoker, you're gonna get through those and not understand why everybody else has a problem because you're smoking so rapidly and aggressively. So that full Ligero leaf, you're gonna keep it lit, whereas a more casual smoker, it's gonna keep going out.
What do you mean aggressive smoker?
I've seen that in some of my friends. If they're former cigarette smokers,
Yeah.
they will tend to take multiple fast, hard draws because that's how they're used to smoking their cigarettes. So they go through cigars really quickly, and they'll tell me they're not tasting as much. They're already on their second cigar while I'm still on my first. They're starting to think about their third, and it's because they're having to relearn how to smoke.
Yeah. Do not
they're
hotbox
aggressive.
this.
Aggressive
Do
smokers.
not hot like this.
Do not hotbox it. Look at the demon's coming up.
You're Robusto to my right.
Oh, look at Terry Lynn here.
Beautiful.
Are you in there? Yeah, you're in
Oh
there.
my goodness.
Oh wow,
That is
great.
picture worthy.
The
Look at
bird
my
line.
ash, boys. Look at my ash.
We're enjoying your ash.
Yeah, that is great construction right there. I mean, the burn line is yours doing good, Dennis. Yeah, and he's
Just don't want the pump, but it's not.
You're right. Yeah. No, I had to break mine off too.
I wrote
Dave's
mine on
doing
this
pretty
one.
good with keeping up. Look at that. We're about the same. Okay.
I'm just gonna let you keep on talking.
I need to blow
You need to blow some smoke.
blow some smoke.
Go blow some smoke, dude.
Blow some smoke. This Penelope is good.
For my love.
I've had a couple of Penelopes. Is that good?
Yes.
Sorry.
Arms for the poor.
I have had probably just about every expression that Penelope has had. I've got maybe 10 bottles of Penelope at home. And it's just really, I'm a big fan of everything that Penelope has done. I've got good friends that are ambassadors and work for Penelope. So
We love our Asian Ord glasses.
we love our Leap and Grain Glencairn glasses.
Stay tuned after this. We're going to be doing a product review of one of Asian Ord's bags.
So I've just learned that I have
That's
paying
even
the
different.
publisher.
To add the smoking?
That's even,
Yeah,
it's sweeter.
it's
Sweeter and helps the cinnamon more. Right?
Yeah, it's sweeter. Wow.
and this is why we go with bosses like Glencairn's or
Yeah.
Or it'll just linger. It just sits there.
Yeah, it's like there's a little ecosystem in there.
Well, you
It's
can
just-
swirl the smoke.
Yeah. Take your finger and
Oh, no, just swirl it in the
look at that. It's just
smoke will swirl with it. Love that.
thunder and lightning's happening, brother.
it's like they
It's settled down.
well, it settles down, but it's swirling around like a hurricane.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
So if you guys are at home, let us know too. Are you drinking out of a Glen, or are you drinking out of any type of glass that has, what would you call a flute?
it's a flute.
Tulipy type of,
Tulip,
you know, rather than a rocks glass that is straight up and down like
Dennis
has.
has.
Which, hey, if that's all you've got, that's all you've got.
I
But-
mean, he's allowed to be. I mean, we need one amateur up to that.
But we do, you do need to, you know, if you're going to be nosing stuff,
You need the two.
you need the Tula on there.
Yeah.
You need to, because you can see if it's holding the smoke in there like that, it's holding the smell in there.
Right. And if you want to hold the smoke in a straight-sided glass, just put your hand over it a little bit.
Just
That will ensure that the smoke blew it in there and held it like that. Yeah.
Like that goes for, that's why wine glasses, if you go really old school, different types of wine have different type of glasses, and it's specifically to hold the aromatics.
Yeah.
And if you try to do the smoking, which I have done at home,
It's the same
shape
thing.
of the glass, it does matter because the more open top will let all of the aromatics of whatever you're drinking out sooner. It will let the smoke out sooner. It changes the experience. So if
Yeah.
you've got multiple glasses at home, drink a little out of all of them and see what happens.
It's the same thing you've heard us say it before with beer. Each beer has a different type of glass it should be poured in so that it releases the gases and forms a head the way it should.
Yes.
And that way
The
aromatics and everything
Mhm.
are formed the way they should. You know, you've got like the traditional like Sam Adams where it comes up. It's almost like this, but a bigger glass. And then you've got the regular shaker glasses are not a beer glass.
I would.
That's a shaker glass for mixing drinks.
Which
It's not
in
a
America we tend to call a true pint.
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
not a beer glass.
I mean, and if you're drinking more of along the lines of like a lager, you know, where lagers are going to be less aromatic as your bocks and your stouts. Now your stouts are going to be very aromatic, and you're going to want that more of the tulip shape. And they have stout glasses that are for that. And same with your IPAs. But your basic, you know, your European.
Pilsner has
Your
its own-
Pilsner glasses,
that
yeah.
long, tall,
Yeah.
narrow, but it's
That
still
it-
full.
But it,
Funnels up, then it goes up to a very tall.
yeah, then you look at it and you watch those gases continually release from the bottom. And that's designed that way. And if you want to get the most out of your drink experience, you pour it in the appropriate glass.
Yeah.
And that's true. So let's go back to this. What are we thinking? As far as this, what are we thinking?
Definitely shelf worthy.
Oh yeah.
This is good.
Oh yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. If I had to say anything that I wish that it had a little bit more of, especially with its proof point, is a little bit more of the oils. The oils are very subtle. They're there, but they're very subtle, not as rich as I would expect on a 132, almost 133 proof.
This is a 10-year single barrel. And you know, there's no other information. I don't know. There is. It's got the mash bill on there, but I don't know anything else that it might say on there. I can't see.
That's why this pairing is so wonderful, is that by themselves you could take the cigar, you could take drink, and you could find something you wish it had a little more of. You put them together, and like we've had so much fun with going both drink to smoke and smoke to drink, and you know what happens in the different glasses, which makes it a really, I think, a really wonderful pairing.
All right, this tells me why the oils aren't quite as prominent as what I would think. It's because in the warehouse, it's on the floor. So it didn't have the heat of being up higher in the warehouse that created more evaporation on it. So that explains that. It's fantastic, absolutely wonderful. If you can find it, take it up.
I do like the viscosity that you feel of a barrel proof, and this is a single barrel. I like that high proof viscosity feeling coats your whole mouth.
Yeah.
And this doesn't quite have that.
It doesn't quite have. That doesn't detract it.
No,
It does not detract it.
Heavens no.
If it had that, it would not go good with the cigar.
Yeah. No. So how did they do pairing these two up together?
So far, Bourbon Outfitter
Yeah.
has hit it every single time.
I think it's that's ridiculous, girl. But she has this much ass.
It's like almost
Ash.
half. There right now.
She's got a 3-inch.
Yeah, she has a nice ash on there right now. That is great construction.
This is a case where the size of the ash does matter.
Yeah. All right, so
The cigar, box worthy.
yeah.
The cigar is box worthy.
That's an everyday cigar for me.
Absolutely. And this is a cigar that I would absolutely welcome a new smoker to, and I would welcome an experienced smoker.
Anybody who is a Connecticut connoisseur, this needs to be in their humidor.
Yeah, great stick.
And like you were saying, this is not your standard what we think Connecticut. It's not your Leva O. It's not your Macanudo White. It's not your Monte Cristo, number 2 white series. It's not your light that we as regular cigar smokers, aficionados, we really get into the flavors of it. It's not that. This is a very flavorful cigar, very enjoyable. Me being a dark, rich flavor cigar, I would absolutely buy a box.
Yeah, it's definitely the hay and the spices, and then paired with this, the cinnamon, and then heavier spice type of notes.
Did you get the tea?
I did not get tea.
I got tea on the cold draw.
I got tea on the cold draw.
Okay.
I have not.
I did not take a cold. Well, I did take a cold draw.
I got tea early on before we started the pairing. When I was just smoking the cigar for the cigar, I was picking a black tea.
I was gonna say it's a black.
So
it's not. It's not a green. It's not a green tea. It's a black tea.
It's a black
Okay.
tea.
Okay.
But it was there
This-
before
that
the
one just go
pairing.
right over.
I think a lot of times if I say tea, I'm gonna associate grass with it.
Yeah, no, I got black tea on the front of
But you're saying black. You're saying black tea.
Black tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
We need to put us in the background right there when you're taking that picture.
Yeah. So
And when I think black
ash with
tea,
some ash holes.
All right. So this is a great pairing, right?
Okay. Does this pairing go down in the books for you?
I think it does. I think this pairing here that they came up with actually fits really well.
I would say that this one goes down in the books.
well,
Someone earned his paycheck that
Yeah.
day.
yeah, I know we just got through with the holidays, but with Valentine's coming up, think about this.
Oh,
Somebody
yeah.
you love. This, a box and a bottle,
Yeah.
that would go.
So they might have done the outfitters might have done this, but if you can find this bottle, you can definitely find this.
Yeah.
If you can find this, then put those two together.
Definitely.
And I'm going to add one in there because you mentioned Valentine's Day. Don't go with a milk chocolate on this one,
So
but go with I'm going to say an 85% or higher chocolate on this one, just to add enough of that bite.
you know what I would
Bring the cocoa out of the.
Or a Mexican chocolate that has that little bite of spice to it.
Ooh, yes.
Yes. And if I had known, I have some Mexican chocolate covered almonds at my house right now.
Okay.
That almond would then also bring out the nuttiness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Only here do you get those
Yeah.
full pairings. with-
Exactly. Get to
All the
taste.
ideas
Yeah.
and thoughts.
Anyway, so great. So first pairing of the year goes down in the books.
Yeah.
First
Yeah.
pairing of the year.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign. So, Alec Bradley, good job. Penelope,
Good
great job. And Outfitters, good
Great
job
job.
putting these two together.
I'm going to say that in 2026, this is my favorite pairing of the year.
So far. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey, Dave.
We got another Asian Noir.
We do. Look at this.
We love Asian Noir.
I love Asian Or, my glass, my 4-bottle bag that I bring to the lounge with me every time, my glass, my carrying flask that come, everything that they do. It makes sense. It just fits. This right here, I love, the packaging is cool too.
What I love about Asian Noir is they really know what it is that we're needing.
How you like that?
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
Kind of an army greenish, olive green kind of color. It's got an outside zipper pocket, so we're putting, I don't know, bottle openers, cigar lighters.
This is where I put my, this is where I put my lighters and my cutters.
Yeah, you're putting that in there. Yeah. So this says it's on this tag that we've got here,
Utilitarian bag
utilitarian.
design for transporting and protecting glass bottles.
Exactly. And that's what their 4-bottle bag does. Okay, but this is
This is
an 8-bottle bag, and inside here, so you look inside, we've got a shoulder strap,
that's nice.
padded shoulder strap. So we're going to be able to put this on the outside here. Okay, tag that, and it's got a nice little shoulder strap there. And then this, what we've got here, as you can see,
Insert for dividers.
yes, XL insert. So just like their 4 bag, it's got a heavy foam bottom to it, and then a crisscross edge pattern in there that the dividers sit in there, so you can put 4 bottles in the bag. This now is going to be an 8-bottle.
8-bottle. So for like me, where I do events, where I bring models to the events to share different expressions that people may not be able to experience on their own, I can really bring much easier a number of different bottles.
Yeah. And like what I like about this is it's not just foam. Okay. It is kind of a you felt it. It's a felt.
Oh, this is a hard. This is a hard.
Very hard. Yeah.
So, in my current one, I bring six to 8 bottles in, but I actually have to like pack things in between the bottles so that the bottles don't clang against each other and break.
Right. So you've got your dividers here. These are going to be your vertical dividers.
So
Here's your base.
There's your base.
Here's your base. Okay. This is obviously going to go in here. Press that down in there.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
I know it fits good.
Oh, good grief!
Yeah. So it's a firm, good fit right there.
You got a hammer?
Yeah. Right. There you go. Okay. And then we're going to put these on top,
Does it have a tools recommended?
and that's going to fit in there. And that is a good fit.
This is a solid construction.
And then this one is in here. Right there. And then this is going to slip down inside of here.
That's a party in a bag.
It is a big party in a bag. And it's a nice fit.
Takes two to put together.
Right. So
Do not attempt this on your own.
I love it. It's a good canvas felt lined interior. So this is a nice felt lined interior.
Well, even the walls of this have got
Some padded inside
to
to
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
8
Good.
bottles.
8 bottles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So are you taking 8 bottles? Maybe not.
I am.
Okay. But if you do, you've got 7 bottles and 1 divider for your travel door.
For your 15 count travel door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's in there.
Perfect. Or
Zipper on both sides. So you can do this.
and you've got your
Pouch on the
pouch
outside.
on the outside for your bottle opener, your wine opener, and it's tall enough. The problem that I have with a lot of them is that we have bottles, whether it's wine or bourbons, like a Penelope, and that we've had on a show, to where it's a taller 750 mil, and it exceeds the height of the bag itself.
Not
This is tall enough to contain it.
not in this one. And great, construction. It is sturdy. You're not going to have to worry about.
With the shoulders.
Yeah, you're not going to have to worry about it. It's going to clip on here and clip on there for your shoulder straps. And for somebody like you, I think this is a perfect fit.
This is perfect.
Exactly. All right, aged in ore, like the metal, or aged in ore. Go out there, you guys could find that.
They know what you need.
Yeah. All right. End of the first show for the beginning of the year.
Another great year, another great start.
I think so. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I appreciate any comments you've got to give to us. Always do all that social media stuff that you need to do. You know what it is. clicking and passing and doing all that kind of stuff. But we appreciate every one of you guys. We're back again for another year. I hope you enjoyed what you saw here. Put some comments. Remember what we asked you about. What cigar did you smoke for starting off 2026? What was the other thing?
Your cigar count.
Yeah,
Will
my
you
cigar. Don't
dare?
forget about that. I've got a goodie pack for you.
Yeah.
For the closest number of that. But until then, you guys will be back here doing the same thing here in Cedar Hill at the Cabana. And you guys just always remember, enjoy the leaf.
Grow the culture.
We'll see you.
Texas Cigar Roadshow is presented by Lone Star Cigar Association.